right, we are back and we're ready to go. We'll do our best to keep it somewhat steady at the Trywood Community Arena, maybe the second worst arena we could broadcast from in the city of Calgary. So I apologize in advance for how shitty the angles and the streams are going to be, but we will do our best. Once again, nobody is allowed to complain, give me shit, or correct me in any way, shape, or form, or I will just stop doing this. If you don't like it, you can send an email to nobodycares@gmail.com, and you will be ignored promptly. Now that we've got the housekeeping out of the way, the Airdrie Sting are going to start with the neutral zone possession, playing it to the boards. They were looking for Taylor. Couldn't quite complete the pass. I believe that was Briar Sturby trying to make the pass, wearing the A today. So that's going to be an 8-second turnover of possession, giving the ring back to Northwest in control. Now it's going to come inside. Northwest struggling to stay on their feet. They're looking a little sluggish themselves right now. Not what I would expect, although it was a nice move, cut into the middle and a long outside shot into the belly of Veronica Simpson. That one didn't have a hope in hell or chance of going anywhere. But Northwest offensive press able to get this one back. And this time they make no mistake. They're going to find the inside of the post. Slide one through, as I believe Veronica Simpson was screened on that shot. So not the way the Sting wanted to start this one out. It is 1-0. That one didn't get through. They're flanked with Channing. Now it's going to be a pulled ring over the blue line, so that's going to give possession back to the Sting. Nice back check, forcing the line violation by Channing Perversev. So now it's Isla Nash with the ring. She's going to try to thread the needles, looking for, I don't know who she was looking for actually. Now Lila gives it back. Hopefully she's sharp in her skates. She's having a hard time staying on her feet. Yesterday that was a long outside shot by Elsa Clausen Roth. Didn't miss by much. So a new shot clock for the Sting as they're fighting for this one in the corner. Nobody able to get much possession on it. Now they do. It's Channing with it. She's going to come over top. Leaves the drop pass for number 22, who might have no idea who's wearing that number. They're going to have to get closer to me, but she gets a couple cracks at it. And misses that. Number 22, probably Paige, actually. No, Greer, sorry. Not Paige, Greer.
That one I
So corralled at the line by Briar Sturby, saving that one. She pushes it over. Is looking for Maya Ovalduve. Sturby gets it back. She's going to outweight the defender. Kind of brings it along. Doesn't waste the shot. Like the patience here. She's waiting, hoping something opens up. Now she gives it into the corner to Greer. Greer takes the outside shot. Not sure that one really had much of an angle, but the rebound was there. Couldn't quite get their stick on it. Was Maya Ovalduve. Northwest still struggling to get possession. Now they just fire it out to the blue line. It's picked up with ease by Lila. She's going to cut back inside. She's going to fire it up. Is looking for Paige Jensen. Jensen able to outmuscle the defender. She thinks about dropping it, keeps it on her stick. She's circling. It's the outside worm burner of a shot. Didn't have much on it. That one's just going to die in the crease. Still 1-0 Northwest over the Sting. Maybe I'll zoom in a bit. That might help. Fighting for it at the line is Lila. She's able to push it forward to Ovalduve. Ovalduve trying to center it. It gets picked off by Northwest. Now they're finally coming in. Their first possession in about 2 minutes. They're going to get the personnel they wanted on it. This one's going to dance inside before getting a nice stick check by Greer. Able to knock it loose. Thompson has it. She's going to headman it to Dottie. Dottie tries to go short-sided. Just barely catches. The blocker of the goalie goes wide. Now it's going to come up, and whistle's going to blow. Not really sure what the call is. It doesn't really matter. It's going to be an offensive possession for the Sting. Don't really know what they did. Thompson's going to start in the center. She fakes it inside, goes outside to Dottie. Dottie thought about dropping it, didn't, slides it across. Oh no, Dottie took the shot. I don't know who that was that pushed it back to her. We'll have to check that one out. So now it's Isla Nash has it. She's going to slide it ahead to, oh, that was Kinsley. Kinsley Casavenda with the shot. Isla Nash has that one. She keeps it inside. She's going to play it across to Piper Emo. Emo gets a bit of a elbow to the face and then loses the ring. And it's going to be a goalie ring for Veronica Simpson. She's looking around trying to find it. She's going to hand pass that one out. Thought maybe a bit of a flirting with a high stick there by Northwest as they knocked it down above the waist. It was ignored. Now Piper Emo somehow does come up with it. Going to cut it back inside. Channing Perversev has it. She's going to slide that one through. Centering pass, rebound off, picked up by EKR. She just fires it wide, but picks up her own rebound. Getting hooked and stick checked all over the hands. They're able to dislodge it. Now Northwest with their second line violation. So a little sloppy play by Northwest. Northwest team needs to clean it up just a little bit. They keep thwarting their own chances. And Sturby plays it to Greer. Greer tries the boards pass up to Page. Unable to keep possession. Now Northwest goes D to D. She can't stick it. Gets a little bit of pressure and they're just going to throw it away. Taylor comes up. She gets bumped hard, knocked over, still has the ring, no calls. And that one came over the line. They kind of skirted it in place. I think the referees lost their positioning a little bit there. Now it's going to be a two-line pass, so Northwest has to touch it first. It's going to come up into nobody here. Ovalduve leaves it for Lila. Lila plays it ahead for Paige. Paige has it. She's going to go backhand and a sliding save by the Northwest goalie. We thought that one was going to be in the bank, and it wasn't. Now Paige drops it for Thompson. Thompson circles. She's looking around, drops it back to Dottie. Dottie comes over top. She takes the long shot. That one misses. Goes into the corner. Thompson tries to retrieve it, is unable to. It's going to come all the way around to the other side. And Northwest going to pick it up. It can't quite penetrate their zone. Now they do get it into the neutral zone. Lots of traffic. They're going to finally play this one over and across. So Isla Nash picks it up. Uses the referee as a bit of a pick. Plays it ahead to Lila, I believe. Thompson fighting for it. She gives a little bit of a push. Gets away with it. And then it's off the goalie. Dottie with a new shot clock. She's going to center that one for Kinsley. Kinsley got the shot off, but couldn't quite get it through the defender. Now Northwest comes back on a fast break. Take a long outside shot, easily played away, and the rebound taken away by Veronica Simpson. As the referee is going to whistle it down. Not sure what the call was, but it's going to be possession Northwest. Northwest going to come underneath. They're kind of circling around. Leaves it in no man's land. Gets the give and go. Can't stick it though. Taylor hauled down at the line. That causes a turnover. Long outside shot, misses, but retrieved and didn't touch the net, so not a reset on the shot clock just yet. That one's going to stay inside the crease, so Veronica Simpson has the goalie ring. She's going to play it behind the net to Piper. Piper looking for a lane. She gets stick checked off. I think the Sting have got to stop flying the zone here and give a couple of outlets. Just like that, big stretch. Captain White Helmet of the Northwest able to take a long outside shot that fools Veronica Simpson, goes outside and under the blocker for a 2-0 lead for Northwest. Despite controlling most of the play and having all of the offensive possession, the Sting find themselves in a 2-goal deficit. With Northwest capitalizing on every mistake the Sting are making. There's Greer fighting for it. She still can't get it. Lila comes in with a little bit of a forearm shiver and gets away with it. Now it's Greer. She takes the outside shot. Almost had the 5-hole. Didn't quite get it. They're going to say Ovalduve reached in on the crease violation. It's 2:48 to go in the first half. The Sting is still trailing by 2. Taylor is going to get this one at the blue line. It doesn't quite cross over, so she's got the neutral zone. And that is going to be a penalty coming up against Northwest for the Slashes. Got a little aggressive on the stick checks there. One might say it's about time that was called.
You want another cookie? I can grab you one.
No, it's good.
You want a cookie?
You should.
Ah, what's one more, man?
So starting with the possession. City Thompson takes a long shot. That one almost found a hole. Not quite, though, unfortunately. And the goalie's going to hang on, bringing up another offensive possession on the power play. So cutting through the middle was, couldn't actually see who it was, through the glare, it was Piper. It's Dottie gets the long outside shot. There wasn't much on it, so it didn't really go anywhere. Thompson was able to pick off the goalie ring. She's going to slide it across to Dottie. Dottie leaving it for Thompson. Thompson couldn't quite reach to it. Piper gets it. She takes the flip shot. Good reset shot if we can get possession back, which it doesn't look like we can. Kinsley Casavenda gets on her horse, tries to pick it up. She kind of gets a little bit out-muscled. Dottie headmans it to, I think that was Taylor. Oh no, that was Avery with the long shot. Sturby tried to jump the ring, kind of mistimed it, let the girl leak behind her, and they come back in on a fast break, but it is broken up. No shot being able to be taken here. Now they're going to dance inside and outside here. They're going to keep circling around, moving it. Long outside shot, actually blocked by her own teammate, and then misses the net altogether before the shot clock is violated. So 54 seconds remain in the first half. Goalie ring for Veronica Simpson, still trailing 2-0 as Sturby picks it up. She probably could have toe picked and drew a penalty there, but is able to stay on her feet. Now she's going to get the fast break back at the blue line. She cuts in the sides, going to circle around, looking for the pass. Has Chervisav. Pervisav takes the worm burner of a shot, just calls into the pads of the goaltender from Northwest, and now the Northwest defensemen have this one coming out. They're going to push that one hard up the line. They've got a fast break. On the breakaway, they come in, and toe saved by Veronica Simpson, keeping the drive alive. Now it's Isla Nash gets just worked into the corner. It's a 3-on-1 in the corner. She somehow wins the ring, fires it out. Not much time left. Maybe just enough time for Northwest to take a penalty, although they do not. So that's going to bring up the first intermission. We're going to hit the mute button, and we'll be back in 4 minutes. So we are back to start the second quarter. Forgot that this year doing something a little different, playing 4 quarters instead of 2 halves. So at the end of the first quarter, the Sting trailed 2-0. 11-minute quarters, stop time. We do have a hard stop at about 5 after 2, unfortunately, so hopefully the game is going to be over by then. Long outside shot knocked away easily by Veronica Simpson. And then DDD pass is going to give this one up to Sturby. Sturby with a long stretch pass gets Greer. Greer pushes it ahead. I don't know about that. It was pretty close, but Aaron's going to say not this time. That was a line violation. So Northwest gets the possession back. The fast break stopped. Didn't quite hold long enough. So not sure what Aaron's explaining. I would think by U16A they'd have a good grasp, but apparently not.
What are you doing?
You know, make sure both benches understand whatever the rule is, I guess. I think maybe it's a high sticking clarification, skating with the pitchfork. So now Northwest is going to bring that one back in. They're going to have control off the sidewall. Circling behind the net. Good ring protection there. She drops it. Kind of in no man's land, actually. I'm not really sure what the plan was there. But they're going to come back underneath. Still not finding a lot of open ice. That is a no-angle shot that somehow finds a hole through Veronica Simpson. So I guess they proved me wrong. I didn't think there was really any angle or any opportunity there, but they somehow opened a hole and picked it. To go up 3-0. Score really not indicative of how the game is being played, but hats off to the Northwest goalie right now, who just seems to own the Sting shooters. Not that they've had a lot of shots. That one's going to be off the heels of Thompson. She couldn't find it to pick it back up. Northwest is going to keep this one through. It is picked off at the line by Kinsley Casavenda, so she was able to stop the press, but Northwest was able to recover it back as nobody was in a position to pick up the errant ring. You still have 20 seconds left on the shot clock, so lots of time. Now it is picked up, given to Casavenda. Casavenda has Dottie. Dottie's going to get this one. She's going to cut inside. Tries to outweigh, flip the long shot. Thought there could have been a high sticking call on that, but I guess there wasn't. Casavenda tries to take the hard ripper of a shot from the outside. It catches the goalie's pad. She hangs on. It's a hand pass back up the wall, and they're going to try a fast break of their own. They do have a 2-on-1 opportunity right now. Take the long outside shot. V able to kick the save and leg out on that one, and now it's jumping the ring. She wasn't able to get it, so now EKR had Dottie let her just a little bit too much. It would have been a picture perfect breakaway pass had they just been able to connect a little bit closer. Dottie still fighting for the ring. It now goes out. She's going to have the long overdue change as Northwest comes inside, and penalty, I guess, is going to be to Northwest, I would think, because they had possession, but no. It's coming to Channing Perversev, so not really sure. Oh, maybe there was a crease violation on the play or something. 4 in black was the whistle. That makes sense why they took it down, called the penalty, and are giving the possession back to the Sting. So delayed penalty is going to be called. That the whistle for 4 in on black is going to trump the possession, I guess. Oh, they're going to say the penalty trumps the 4 in, so the advantage does go back to Northwest. I actually thought that is how the rule works, but it doesn't happen very often, but every now and again I am wrong. This time I was not, so you can make note of that. Centering pass picked off by the Cuban assassin, Isla Nash. She's going to headband it up to EKR. EKR tried to center it back to Nash. Couldn't quite find it. Now it's going to be Four in black once again. They're kind of losing themselves, which is a little unfortunate. So Greer's going to play this one to the edge for Paige Jensen. It's going to come around the net. She's going to drop it. Was looking for Greer. Too much gap there as it's picked up by Northwest. They find their headman pass. No angle shot is saved by Veronica Simpson. And Cuban Assassin was there to pick it up. They're going to say it's another line violation. I don't agree with that one. I guess maybe the glare in the glass of the arena, which you guys can sort of see here in the feed, is maybe what hid that from us. I don't know, but in any event, played to the sidewall by Northwest. They're going to drive in through the middle, centering pass, spins off. She takes the long outside low heat. It's saved by Simpson, and now it just sits in the goal mouth. You guys, knock it off. Or at least just say sorry. So Northwest circling around as Titans hitting people with lacrosse balls. Northwest still has 10 seconds on the shot clock. There must have been some form of a reset somewhere that I missed. Now they do have the reset for sure. Nobody has possession at this point. Still waiting for someone now. Northwest does regain possession. They're going to drop, pass it at the top of the ringette line. Veronica Simpson with the save. Thompson fires it across. She's going to get this one to Sturby. Sturby tried to fire it or feather it back. Wasn't able to quite get there. Ovalduve's able to pick this one up. Now on a press was Northwest, but they kind of lose the map and end up giving up possession. So now Taylor plays in the corner. EKR has picked it up. Kind of loses possession on the second effort from the defender. Made a nice play there, but is able to keep it in the offensive zone at the line before Kinsley Savende gets her pocket picked. Now it's Elsa playing it through. This one's going to come up to the line. Elsa grabs it. She's going to slide this one forward. Kinsley looking for it. She's still pressing, trying to get back to it, and forces the errant turnover pass in the neutral zone by Northwest. They get it back, and oh yeah, it's a total hip toss, like a WWE move there on Elsa Clausen-Ross. So she's going to get called for the tripping. Maybe a little bit of a sales job there, Elsa, although there's definitely no question there was going to be a trip, but she was making sure that everybody saw it. So the Sting going on their second power play. Power play has been just absolutely abysmal so far. Now Greer cuts around, takes the shot, fires it off the defender's foot, and it's a turnover to Northwest. They're just trying to kill some time, and Ovalduve's able to pull this one back up, but she kind of dances the crease, was trying to find the hole. Hole was there and then taken away, and now it's a hand pass back up. Northwest trying to find a lane. They do find it into the neutral zone, so first 30 seconds of the penalty clock gone as they take a long outside shot. Big pad save by Veronica Simpson, and it's Greer playing it up to Avery. Avery kind of pitchforks it over to Greer. Greer's got the shooting lane. That one just knocked away by the goalie. Probably the best chance they've had so far. Greer takes a bit of a fluttering shot that misses the net and is picked up by Northwest, and then transitioned into the neutral zone. So now on the line change being watched by Thompson. Thompson with the good stick check. She's able to pull it away and keep it. Then she gets her pocket picked by White Helmet 14. And they're going to cut back through. Veronica Simpson following the play, gets her pad down, and now it's played up to Avery. Avery couldn't quite keep it on her stick. Channing Perversev coming off the bench. Nobody quite there. They're still fighting for that stick check. Aaron, loose rings all over the place. I don't know. It looked like 18 had her stick up pretty high. I would have maybe started calling some of that. As Avery gets hauled down once again. Thompson pulls it over the lines, trying to get it for Perversev. Perversev absolutely tackles 18. She's definitely going to get called for that. Both referees have their hands up. I'm assuming it's for the same call on White. I hope it's for the same call. Otherwise, we're going down too short. Another body check in the corner, this time by Lila. Either that or maybe she just lost her edges again. I'm not really sure exactly what happened there, but Perversev is going to go to the box for the next 2 minutes and feel shame. So Northwest going to play this one to the outside. Going to circle over top, centering pass. Yeah, near found the back of the net. I don't even think Veronica Simpson could see that one. She had about 4 screens set up in front. Somehow hit the post, hit her, stayed out of the net, and then there was a crease violation. So power play, the first power play of the game for Northwest, damn near paying off dividends early. They're going to get it off the half wall, drive down below the net. They're going to send this one outside. So they like to play the perimeter and then try to drive the middle. That one was just a pitiful shot from the outside, easily played away by Simpson. And the Sting now have it. They're going to ride that one right up to the line. They're going to say Northwest ring possession. I don't agree with the Zebras on that call.
Huh? How small is it?
Northwest plays it to the left. They're going to have a hard stop at the blue lines looking for an outlet. Finally finds one as she bounces it off the Sting skates. She gets a long pitchfork's backhand, doesn't quite go anywhere. It's just sitting in the goal mouth, and now Northwest does recover. As they look around, they're going to loop underneath. Still a minute to go on the power play. Going to cut and make a weird pitchfork shot that doesn't quite make it through the defender. It was blocked by Piper Emo. I think that's her 4th block shot of the day. Now it's picked up by Sturby. She's going to reverse it back behind the net. Leave it for Piper, who's going to bounce this one up to Greer. Greer's going to bring it across to Kinsley. Kinsley splits the D, takes a hard shot. Now she's going to get leaned on. She's going to push back a little bit herself and says, I'm not going to take that shit from you. I don't care if you outweigh me by 50 pounds. Drawing the penalty is Kinsley Casavenda. So we're going to be 4-on-4 for 28 seconds with a back-end power play for the Sting as Ovalduve and Thompson come on the ice. They are joined by Lila and Taylor for the first 25 seconds until they get their player back. Good give and go and a hard rip of a shot from the top of the slot by Felicity Thompson. By Ovalduve with the back check on the stick checks, able to pull that one aside. And once again, the Zebras seeming to favor Northwest on those contested rings, giving them possession every single time. So Northwest has it from the neutral zone. They're going to just play it off the wall. 3 seconds to go in the penalty to the Channing Perversev. So she's now out. We're back to regular strength. The Sting could have made a bit of a faster change on that one. Not really sure what happened there. If it was the coach sleeping on the bench or Channing just being a little casual. Either way, probably lost a pretty good opportunity for penetration on that. EKR with a good stick check's able to bring this one down. They're going to be sitting on it now. Zebra Cruise giving possession back to the Sting on the hard, well-placed stick check from EKR. So it's EKR, PJ, and Dottie out on the power play, flanked by Emo and Isla. So PJ with the ring, she's kind of driving around. She cuts pretty close to the net. She's got this one, pulls it through, and then fires it top cheddar over the goalie's shoulder to finally break the egg for the Airdrie Sting. So 3-1, 47 seconds left in the half. First power play goal for the Sting. As they cut the Northwest lead by 2. Paige Jensen on the off-speed play fires it home over the goalie's shoulder. Just kind of outweights her, gets her to drop, and then creates her own hole and picks it. Now as Casavenda's got possession, she's going to headman it to Avery, who cuts low, comes out over top. She spins, fires it, and now it's a loose ring. Nobody has possession. Casavenda comes up with it. She's going to cut around. Drops it for Paige. Paige fires the long outside shot, hits the defender. Avery's going to pick it up. She's going to fire it into the back corner looking for Greer. Finds her. Greer decides to keep it herself. I would have seen that one go to Avery for the quick stick backside pass, but didn't quite get there, and time is going to expire. So we are going to take a quick timeout and mute it. We'll be back as soon as the second half starts. Once again, just to remind everybody, we do have a hard stop at 2:05 as I have to get to lacrosse. So hopefully the game is over in the next 30 minutes. If not, we're not going to catch the end of it on the broadcast, and I do apologize in advance. All right, we are back to start the second half. We're going to be getting the defensive zone for the Sting for this quarter. Once again, still 3-1. Northwest leading. So Isla Nash gets to start it off. She's going to find City Thompson at the half wall. Thompson was looking for Casabenda at the Weasel. That one just kind of handcuffed her a little bit. Northwest got this one back. They're going to say 4 in on Northwest as they're really struggling to figure this out. Thompson to Casabenda. She kind of loses her feet, does gain possession. She's going to cut underneath, runs into a little bit of traffic, able to keep it on her stick before it getting knocked off. Northwest gaining possession. They're going to play it out to the Big Rig. White helmet slides it across to 12, who outweights. They're going to say no goal as she was all over the crease. I agree. Finally got one right. It was played over to Lila. Lila's going to cut underneath. Over top is still waiting for an outlet. Maybe outweighted the outlet a little long there. We got to move the ring a little faster. Now she runs it off of the foot of the Northwest forechecker as they're able to get new possession. New possession for the Sting as Isla Nash, the Cuban assassin, picks it up. Heads it to EKR. EKR finds Thompson on the half wall. Thompson's going to cut back underneath, uses the referee as a pick, and then leaves it for Dottie. Dottie coming in. She still has 5 seconds. Long outside shot resets the clock. You know, people just falling all over each other there. Sloppy play everywhere. It's going to be a 2-line pass as Perversev thought about coming back for it. We totally had 4 in. That one was missed by the Zebras. As Avery tries to headman it to Perversev. Perversev unable to pick that one up. Now you've got EKR to Channing. Channing to Avery. Avery tries the triple deke. Needed one more move to fool the Northwest goalie. She just slaps the toe foot out there and takes it away. Now it's Northwest 3-man press, but they can't hold on to the ring. Elsa Klostermoss going to push this one ahead to Avery. Avery has a streaking Greer. Greer's able to pull this one from her knees, fires it off, and then falls on her keister. And she's pushed over, trying to get back to the ring. Northwest going to fire a 2-line pass yet again. They're going to overskate it. And now Northwest going to get, I think, a goaltending penalty coming up here, guarding, whatever you call it. So delayed penalty coming. Interference, yeah, that sounds about right. So we still got to give the other team a lane to the ring on a 2-line pass, especially with a shot clock. And that 100% did not happen. So that's going to be a power play, maybe the break we're looking for. So sneaky shot, not so sneaky.
Yeah, I got a notification yesterday.
Centering pass, didn't quite find anybody. It's contested on the wall. Everyone's fighting for it. Ovalduve gets it. She has to slide it over the line. It did squeak out over the blue line. Wasn't able to find the recipient. Now it's Isla Nash who's going to jump the ring, pick it up. She gets pushed down from behind. They're going to say that she slid over the blue line and get possession back to Northwest. Personally, I think she was pushed. Probably could have been a roughing call against Northwest. Northwest going to give it to the Big Rig. The Big Rig leaves it for Chinstrap. Chinstrap is strapped up by City Thompson, who plays it ahead to Casavenda. Casavenda back to Thompson. She finally sticks the ring, cuts inside. She's going to outweight the goalie. Tries to flip it, doesn't quite have the angle, couldn't quite find it. It goes behind the net. And it's picked off by Taylor, who's Johnny on the spot. Nobody could get it. Northwest able to pull it from between the legs. She's going to come in. It's going to be the Big Chin. Nobody there. Veronica Simpson sliding save, shuts the door and saves the day for the Sting. Still contested out front. That's going to be a long flip shot. Elbowed away by Veronica Simpson. And then a reverse D-to-D pass for Taylor. She's able to have some fancy stick work there. Slides it down the ice. Nobody home and available to pick this one up. So Northwest just comes back with it. Slides it ahead to the Big Rig. The Big Rig's going to spin, and it's going to go off the post and in. Just not much Veronica Simpson could do there. Just a bit of a victim of her own leg length, as that one could not have hit the post more precisely and found a lane to get in behind her. So 6 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. We've got 23 minutes of broadcast time left. So shorthanded goal for Northwest. They restore a 3-goal lead. It's now 4-1, which sucks. Avery plays this one up. It's picked up on the right side by EKR, who gets bumped off the ring. Northwest able to bring this one back. Got to stop and delay at the line. Penalty is over. We're back to even strength. Aaron shot nowhere near the net. Picked up. Isla Nash still fighting for it. They're going to call a goalie ring on that. Veronica Simpson plays it up to Greer. Greer's going to fire it, or not, sorry. Greer now has it, gets it to PJ. PJ's going to cut in over top, tried to outweight the goalie, ran into the crease, had to leave the ring. And goalie hand pass brings it up. Now it's at the neutral zone. It is good stick check by Piper Emo. There we go. Goalie ring once again, just kind of training brain farts. Veronica Simpson tried to hand pass that one out. Pocket was picked on the inside. Now Greer picks it up on the sidewall. She gets bumped off the ring. Still fighting for it. As Northwest has a bit of an angle there, but a lot of time left on the shot clock. 23 seconds to be precise. Going to drop it over top. They lose an edge. Piper wasn't able to quite get it. Now it's going to be inside, outside, backside save. Sturby picks it up. She's going to be strong on the ring as she cuts through the middle, tries to slide it ahead to Ovalduve, didn't quite connect. And it's kicked aside by Piper Emo, and Greer picks it up in the neutral zone. She's still looking for her man. She finds it in PJ. PJ dropping it for Greer. Greer with the long outside riser of a shot into the goalie's blocker and dies in the crease. Hand pass out. Northwest had their man, couldn't quite stick it. It's picked up by Taylor. Taylor's going to cut back underneath over top. She finds a bit of a lane, now gives it to Thompson. Thompson and Taylor able to get the offensive zone but can't keep possession. Northwest brings it back out. They're going to just keep trying to spring that breakaway pass, just leading it a bit much. Now the big rig's got it on the side. She's going to play it across. Reaching for it was number 12. Number 12 gets a hard check from Lila on the side. And Thompson breaks up that centering pass. Is going to find Casavenda on her way up the wall. Casavenda runs into 3 defenders with nowhere to go. Lila comes in. Everybody's going to fall. They're leaning on each other. Kind of got away with one there, I think. She probably could have gotten a bit of a late hit call on that one, but the referee's deciding to ignore it. Now it's Channing Paversev with the hard stick checks, trying to get in on something. She does break up the pass, gives a little push on the back of the pants to 25. It's enough to dislodge it. The ring just going back and forth. Lots of sloppy play between the two. Now Sturby is able to send it in. Isla Nash picks it up, brings it to EKR. EKR is going to slide it through the middle, finds Avery. Avery kicks it up, and then she finds the back of the net on the sneaky little shot that nobody saw coming. 4-2, found the inside lane. Makes no mistake about it. So Avery cuts the lead by down to 2. 4-2, 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. 23 minutes left in broadcasting time. I apologize, I slid off of the ledge. The circling is Northwest, trying to get that one back. The door is shut hard by Veronica Simpson and then picked up by Taylor. She's going to play it ahead to Greer. Greer couldn't quite find the ring. Tries to get it out of the offensive zone. It dies in the snow. Northwest able to recover, bring it back low. They're trying to find their shooting lane. A bit of a drop pass. Taylor stands her ground. They don't give up an inch in front of the net and get the ring back. Now it's up to Greer. Greer's got a streaking Ovalduve. She's going to leave it for Jensen. Jensen's going to cut inside, trying to get to the quick weasel pass to Ovalduve, but she was tied up at the net side. And now Northwest brings it back up. The Cuban assassin, Isla Nash, able to pick that one up, sends it across to Greer. Greer's going to give it to MOD. MOD cutting through. She still has it. And Northwest able to pick up the Aaron ring and bring it up to the offensive zone as Sturby pushes her check off the ring. She's able to just lean on it, out-muscle all the defenders. Was looking for Casavenda. Casavenda kind of went off the heels of her skates, couldn't quite kick it up. And the El Salvadorian Express is there to take the shot away. She's going to flip this one up the sidewall to Casavenda. Casavenda to Thompson. Thompson to Dottie. Dottie has Thompson. She gets hauled down. Thompson's still there. She's getting hooked and booked off of it. There's all kinds of delayed calls. We'll see if the Zebra crew has the nuts to call both penalties or they're just going to give one, because there easily should have been a hooking call and a tripping call on two different players. So we'll see if they grab that. Nope, they do not. So that's a little bit frustrating, to be honest with you. I think both penalties do need to be called, especially in an exhibition game. Set the tone right off the bat. In any event, they are going to go on a power play. It is 4-2. 1 minute remains in the third quarter. Thompson plays it across to Dottie. Dottie has Thompson, outweights her. Thompson set the pick nicely, opening the lane. Dottie wasn't quite able to get the shooting lane off the pick. Now she does find Thompson. He quick sticks it. It's saved and then pushed out to the outside. Thompson winning the race to the ring. She's just everywhere. Pulls it out off the wall. She's got it. It's going to slide it over to Pervasav, who quick sticks it. Nice sliding save by the Northwest goalie to come across and take that opportunity away. Nope.
No?
No, 5 after.
Oh, I just had hard leave at 2.
2:05. It's only 20 minutes from here.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh, the big rig steps in over top. She makes no mistake, roofing it. So after all the hard work on the power play, the big rig in the white helmet coming all the way down. I think that's her second of the game, maybe third point. She is a bit of a dominant force with 7 seconds to go in the third quarter. The shorthanded goal to restore the 3-goal lead. It's now 5-2 Northwest over the Sting. Sturby fires that one up, is looking for Avery, couldn't find her. And that is going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care. You can talk to me if you want. Just stand straight.
How much people are watching?
I don't have time.
What does KBPS mean? Oh.
So we've got about 14 minutes, not even. Probably not going to catch the end of this one, so we apologize in advance. Not that it looks like it's going to matter. Looking for Avery. Avery gets picked off. Somebody lost a stick. They're going to give possession back to the Sting. EKR sends it to the side. Cutting over top was Greer. Sticks long outside shot. That one easily knocked away by the Northwest goalie before Northwest has another turnover. Taylor's going to find Greer once again. She's streaking through the middle. That one left off a low piss missile. That one did have a chance, but Northwest goalie got lucky. Now played ahead, they're going to cut inside. Veronica Simpson has no idea where the ring is, so she's not going to move. Ten minutes to go in the fourth and final quarter. Northwest leading the Sting 5-2. Despite the Sting really controlling possession, and I think offensive chances. Northwest now circling. We're going to get an interference call on the Sting, I think. Nope. Actually not sure who's getting it. Oh, it's going to be against Northwest. I actually don't agree with this one. That looked like a pretty picture-perfect pick to me. I think Aaron's calling that one a little bit tight. That's just my opinion. I think with some of the rubbing they're calling racing, that one could probably be left aside, but the Sting getting a power play out of it at any rate, and now a long outside shot. Channing took a low heat on that, didn't miss by much. Now Jensen has it. Jensen kind of lets a flipper go. It was kind of knocked off the end of her tip right as she was coming around the inside. Now it's going to be the big rig. She's got the shorthanded goals, both of them for Northwest. She's going to find the offensive zone with the pass. The Isla Nash then leaves it for, I believe that was Lila. Lila played it up to MOD. MOD leaves it for Lila. Lila gets her pocket pick. She's hauled down. No call on the play. She was trying to sell it, I think. So Isla Nash, the Cuban assassin, has it once again. She's going to bring it up. It is picked off. And now, once again, this time it's the Cuban assassin getting hauled down, so they're gonna get their arm up on the delayed penalty there. Casavenda is gonna send it in for Dottie. Dottie getting leaned on, she gets pushed down. Still nowhere to go, not much happening. She's gonna slide it across to Thompson. Thompson to Casavenda, who quick sticks the piss missile, looking for the 5-hole. It was almost there. I think it caught the bottom of the goalie's torso. And then she was able to sit on it. Thompson, Casavenda, connecting quite well on those short cross-ice quick stick passes. Look for that a little bit more here. Dottie gets it on the half wall. She hangs on to it. Not much of a passing lane. She keeps kind of skating away from the passing lanes. Now Casavenda flips one towards the net. Goalie is able to find that one and stop it. Now, the hand pass. I thought that was you idiots. Comes back out, the Northwest. There's still a 2-man advantage right now. It's picked off at the line. No tripping call on that, huh? That is surprising. That was totally pulled over the line by Dottie, so they ignore a couple of calls here, creating some different offensive and defensive zone advantages. For Northwest, they are really struggling to count to 3 and keep that one off, as the referee wants to get his 5 minutes of fame. Doing a much better job, I will add, today than we've seen in the past. So hats off to them, I guess. When they do a good job, we've got to acknowledge it. Greer dropping it for EKR. EKR was looking for Greer. Unfortunately, didn't realize there was 3 Northwest players in the passing lane, and one of them decided to pick it off. They do get it back in the neutral zone. EKR drops the no-look pass for Greer. It's picked off more so by Northwest, as they were in a better position to take that one. Now everybody falls, and I think they're going to say roughing on the Sting. That's going to be Elsa Clausen-Roth taking a penalty. We've got 5 minutes to go before we've got to leave, so the referee's got to speed this shit up if we're going to catch the end of the game. Right? Well, that one's going to get passed back to the inside. They're going to circle around behind the net. So it looks like some form of a crease violation. That's going to bring up a goalie ring. Veronica Simpson plays it to the corner. It's going to get centered, and they're going to make absolutely no mistake, because that one was fired straight up into the roof. A little bit of a Scud missile shot there. Fooled everybody. Veronica Simpson couldn't get across. Just absolutely no angle, no chance on that one. So 6:44 to go, 6-2. We got 5 minutes of time left. It is 4-on-4 Ringette. Nice saucer pass across is going to find Channing Paversad. She gets bumped in front of the net with a hard shoulder check off the ring. No call on that. Isla Nash is going to come back. She's kind of able to pick it up and then isn't. And they're going to give possession back to Isla Nash as Northwest pulled that one over the line, I think. As the referees discuss it.
Dad, we got 3 minutes.
So Aaron's going to overrule once again. I don't think that's the right call. It seemed to me that Northwest pulled that one over the line when it should be a Sting neutral zone possession. Instead, they're giving Northwest the offensive possession. Cut on the top. Still circling, looking for that pass opening. They don't find much. They fake the drop pass and then fire it to the stick of Veronica Simpson, is able to knock it away. Now it's Isla Nash who has it. She's going to headman it up to Channing Paversad, who runs into a check. Gets knocked off the ring. No penalty on the call, although I thought that was maybe more of an interference than some of the ones they've called earlier. Cutting to the middle of the ice, nobody was there. They lost it. Sweetie Thompson now has it. Puts it up to Maud. Maud couldn't pick it up. She does finally have it. She gets tripped. The trip is ignored. And Northwest gets the offensive advantage with the shot getting off into the corner. Now it's played up to MOD. MOD has it. She can't quite find a passing lane to headman it. Tries to get it up to Thompson. It is tipped away by Northwest. Maud's still on it. She can't quite get there to take it off. Still looking for it. It's now taken away. Now Isla Nash picks it up. She's going to cut back inside. Finds Maud. Maud stick checked away. And we are going to have to cut the broadcast here in about 2 minutes, probably on the next whistle. 6-2. Still the Northwest leading the Sting. It's a drop pass to the big rig. The big rig fires one off. It's kicked away by Veronica Simpson. Isla Nash now has it. She gets hauled down in the corner. It's going to be a possession, not a penalty. And that's going to do it for the broadcast today. I do apologize. We are going to have to wrap it here and get to lacrosse. Till next time, I believe our next broadcast will be tomorrow night from Burt Church Gymnasium as the Burt Church Junior Varsity girls taking on, I don't know, another Rocky View school. That's it. That's